Hi there, my name is Lori Ellington with poly-coach.com. So today I wanted to talk about communication. I know I've said a number of different times on many of my blogs and posts and videos how important communication is for any kind of relationship, especially open relationships and polyamory. And so I wanted to share an experience that I had in service to giving you a bit of an example or a bit of a demonstration about what our choice points are, because we always have opportunities to make new choices as we're learning and growing and expanding. We always can come up against a situation and say, hey, like that didn't work, or that didn't have the kind of outcome I wanted. I want a do-over. And so life sometimes gives us a do-over with that person, or life sometimes puts us in a place where, okay, like that relationship no longer serves us, and now we're in a new relationship. And so now we get to do over a lot of different things that maybe we didn't get to do, or we did poorly in a previous relationship. All of that aside, I wanted to kind of walk you through what my experience was. So one thing that I was aware of is that I had to have a very serious conversation with one of my partners. And I was not wanting to have this conversation. I knew that it was going to be challenging for them, and it was going to be challenging for me. And I knew it was going to be challenging because it was going to bring up feelings. And not everybody really likes to be with uncomfortable feelings. Like, of course, nobody does. Like, we'd much rather be in blissed out states like all the time. And as we learn and grow and expand and participate in life, we are going to come up with certain situations that are going to create feelings. Like, it's natural. Like, feelings are a natural part of being human. So it's important to acknowledge that and just be like, okay, yeah, I'm having a feeling. It sucks. And I got to do this anyway. So I was having a bunch of feelings around a certain topic, and so I needed to bring this to my partner's attention. And I wasn't quite sure how to do that. My pattern in the past was to maybe text them and say, hey, there's something up, and like then I would say it, and like a screen or two of text information, and I would send it to him. And I called it the text bomb. And it was comfortable for me because I was able to sort of distill it and discern and get out all of the emotional charged wordage and just kind of say, this is what's coming up for me. I'd love to have a conversation about that. So I did that a couple of times around a couple different topics. And then I realized that, okay, it needed more than that, because sending someone a text was me talking to them, but I wasn't giving them an opportunity to talk to me in the moment. And so I realized, like, okay, if I want to have a real-time conversation with someone, I need to find a way in myself to be able to have that conversation or invite that conversation or I guess show up in that conversation. And that is a lot to kind of consider. So I realized that I needed to prepare myself, and this is how I prepared myself. So first of all, when that situation came up, I did, in fact, write. I had my phone, and I'm recording on it, that's why I can't find it. I wrote on my phone in my notes the text that I would send to that person. And I didn't send it. It was saved in my notes. And I just kind of like continued to edit it and distill it down and like really like just sit with that. And then because I didn't send it, because I told myself I wasn't going to send it, I was going to have a conversation with that person face to face, I realized that, wow, that energy was still there, because yeah, I had started a conversation on my end, but I didn't follow through. So then I realized I needed to do more processing. And so I have this thing, it's called a bitch book. Basically, it's a journal, and it's black, and it's my emotive. It's my processing tool. It's my bitch book. Whenever I have a feeling that's really uncomfortable, or I'm having a problem with someone, I grab my bitch book and I'm like, "Arr!" and I just write and I yell and I scream and I just emote it out. And so that's what I did. So I texted like on my phone, and then I did my processing work in my journal, my bitch book, and then I realized too that I needed to actually like kind of check in with another human to see where I was in my ability to navigate this conversation. And I knew once we started the conversation, like with my partner, I knew that we would find a flow and we would communicate, because like we love each other and we care about each other and we want the best for each other, and we are like really like desiring this co-created relationship. So like I had that trust, but I was kind of like, well, what parts of me are going to get activated and how am I going to present that? And I'm a coach, so I should know how to talk like effectively all the time. And what if my little girl selves get in the way of my coaching? And the story just goes on and on and on. So I grabbed my girlfriend and I was like, okay, can you hold space for me while I just kind of like plow through some of this stuff? And she did, and she was amazing. And she, she was an active listener. She asked me a few questions. She like kept it all about like me and my experience and didn't bring in her, thoughts or opinions or judgments or anything like that. And she really just was another human for me to talk to about something that I was going to bring to even another human. And so I wanted to share that with you, because I know for myself that it is so important to find a way to express myself. I am a communicator, and I can't let that part of myself go. And as I've been learning and growing and developing and coaching and serving more people and opening more up in my life, I see how important the movement of energy is through our bodies. Like we have to move the energy. And so some people can do that through breath work and sound and movement. And some people really need to add in words to that. And when we're in relationship, I think being able to communicate with words is so important. And to be able to communicate, to have the skills to communicate with someone that doesn't want to talk or is more of an avoidant behavior or personality type, where they would just rather like hole up inside until the coast is clear. Like those people, like I get it. And they have their reasons why they want to do that. And so I just want to emphasize again, like the importance of leaning into that tender edge when we are experiencing something that's difficult, and knowing that there is a process, and knowing that, like feelings come up. That's natural. They're always going to come up. Communication, more often than not, is going to make things better when done in a very healthy, honoring, respectful, transparent, authentic way that allows each individual to have their experience and see each other in their experience and like offer that validation. And so I just wanted to share that because it was up for me. And it was really amazing because I went through my process and then I had that conversation with that person. And I even told them, I was like, okay, like I could like talk with you. I could read from my phone. I mean, I kind of want to have a conversation. I might bumble a little bit, but like, I really need to have a difficult conversation with you or a challenging conversation with you. And they just said, just talk. And so, I did. And, I was a little emotional and they got a little emotional and, we had some deep breaths and, it was just super, super, super sweet. And again, like, I just like so often people will choose to sweep things under the rug, or they'll choose to put it in the closet, or they'll choose to, just like feed those elephants in the room. Like, they're just elephants. Like, let's just feed them and shut them up and they'll be fine. But they grow. And I just see that I have seen and I see in myself, like, it's just so important to say, you know what? There's a really big elephant in the room. And in fact, like, there's an elephant in every room. And I think they're breeding, and like, we got to talk about this. Like, even saying something like that brings a little bit of like lightness to something that might be like super, super heavy. Like, hey, we got to talk about our sex life. It's like, well, like you can bring that up, but why don't you talk about the elephant that's trying to like, I don't know, snuggle up with you in bed? Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. I hope it was helpful. Again, my name is Lori Ellington with poly-coach.com. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe below. I have a number of videos around communication and jealousy and different kinds of situations that happen for people in open relationships and polyamory. And I just love the work that I do, and I would love to support you any way I can. So click subscribe below. Send me a message at polycoaching@gmail.com. That's polycoaching@gmail.com. And my website again is poly-coach.com. Thank you very much. Have a great day.